Hey.
Lauren here.
And Ben.
And we're back with
another
video.
Yes.
This one.
I just want to stop you right there and say that it
Mm.
was not fair to make me do this like first thing on a Saturday. This was tough.
I know.
I'm not cut out for these pick this book with that vibes and a whole giant stack of them. Like, I feel attacked.
Okay. You feel attacked? Okay.
I feel attacked.
You're not the one that like forgets books as soon as they're done reading. Like, I can go through these shows and be like, that one was good, that one was great, that one was no good. But
the thing is,
beyond that, I have some issues.
We each have hundreds of books. So for me to like, I feel like I'm overlooking just entire shelves of books just because I'm trying to do this and like go with the first one. So if I had like a week to do this, I probably would just keep endlessly refining my list.
Yeah.
So I'm not comfortable with these, but they fit.
Okay.
I'm okay with it, but like,
okay. And now see,
I could take a week.
By the way, guys, we're doing the fall book tag. Since we didn't mention that, but you'll see it in the thumbnail.
That's my fault.
Yeah.
I just jumped right in because I feel attacked.
You're raring to go here.
I'm telling you, this was tough.
Yeah.
It was fun, but like,
it was really fun.
It's a whole rabbit hole for me, I think is the thing. I could just keep going. So, okay.
So without further ado, and I tried, now I have some horror in here, guys, sorry. But I tried to let
mostly horror.
I tried to give him the horror pick because I don't want to pigeonhole our channel.
Yeah.
And I read other things. So I tried to get a variety, but some I had to go.
I really had to try not to repeat authors. And there's one author in particular, of course, that it was hard for me to not just pick 10 Stephen King.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Okay, here we go. So the first tag, Crunching Leaves. The world is full of colors. Choose a book that has red, orange, or yellow on the cover. So now this is a total cover pick.
It has literal leaves on the cover.
Look at that. Could you get a more fall cover than that? Mm-hmm. It's called Blood Sisters by Jane Corey. And I'm going to be honest, you guys.
Is this a thriller?
I don't remember much about this book.
Oh, you've read it? Okay.
I read it, and I gave it a 3
I don't remember you talking about this one.
And it's it says 3 little girls set off to school one Sunday morning. Within an hour, one of them is dead. And then it goes 15 years later, somebody's in an institution. Okay, institution, 3 little girls, you got me there. But I will say, if you're a cover buy, I don't think you can beat this. However, I don't remember much about the book. Okay. I gave it 3.
Well, mine doesn't have actual leaves, but I picked The Book of Witching by C.J. Cook.
I loved this book.
I just read this one last week, so it was very fresh.
This was a Lauren rec for you.
You talked me into this. I'd never read this author before. We picked it up at our favorite bookstore, the library bookstore near us, and it really was quite good. It was very...
and you say this as someone that doesn't really care for witches.
Witches aren't typically my thing. I'm okay with witches like as a monster, I guess, or in horror, but this was much more like witch trial-y kind of stuff. And the
kind of
the true history.
Historical fiction lovers might like that.
The true history behind this story is both compelling and tragic. Like it's very interesting, but it is so awful. So it was fresh in my mind, that cover, and I'm like, immediately that's the right vibes.
So next, Cozy Sweater Weather, a book that feels like a warm hug. And you guys are going to look at me and think you're nuts. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, because this is not, I'm sorry, but neither of us read warm hug kind of books.
Warm hugs are tough for me to find in a book.
So, but this is warm hug because this is like the Bible in Savannah, Georgia. Like you go to Savannah and they call this the book. And Savannah,
there was a store based around that, and they called it the bookstore.
Yes.
And all they sold was merch for this book.
Yes.
I don't think it's there anymore, but
I don't think it is. But this Savannah is it's my favorite place in the entire world. So to like go here and meet characters, why are you laughing at me?
Because it's funny that you say that. Here's my warm hug book.
We didn't like, these are popping up fresh. I didn't know.
We've not seen each other's picks before now. So this is Savannah Shadows, Tales of the Midnight Zombie Tour by Tobias McGriff, which is a bit of a unique book in my collection because it's not fiction. No. It also is one of the scariest books I've ever read.
Yeah.
So side note.
True.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
Because it's not. So this is a book written by a guy who ran tours for a long time in Savannah. We took his tour when we went there. Yeah. And it was the best. We do a lot of ghost tours. This was the best one we've ever done.
Yes.
And part of the reason that we loved it so much was because he was such a good storyteller and such a credible source of information that like the stuff in here that's scary, I kind of believe actually did happen.
I know.
So, but for all the same reasons that you picked this as like a warm, I don't have warm hug books. I don't really do cozy. I do bleak and I do terrifying.
Yeah.
So it was a bit tough for me to pick one, but like I went to Savannah too because it's just like our favorite place in the whole world.
Number 3, Pumpkin Spice Everything, a book everyone seems to love, but you might not. I might get some hate from this, but guys, The Silent Patient, I know I'm not even going to go into it because it's been everywhere, but I just,
This was a tough one for me too, because it's hard for me to like criticize people's books. I just feel inherently bad doing it because you know what it takes to write a book and how much people put into it. So I went a little bit more, I stretched the premise and I went a little bit more from an angle of like a book that I was really excited about that didn't pay off the way I wanted. So I picked Seed by Anya Alborn, which is a good book. And don't get me wrong, it's very popular, and I can understand why. But
maybe maybe your expectations were too high.
I think my expectations were too high. Exactly. So it was on my TBR for a very long time. People talked about just how scary it was. And my issue with it was largely that I think if the characters behaved a little bit more like real people would behave, then the whole story falls apart.
Ooh, that's a big issue for him.
And I just can't really get past that. Yeah. So it not that it's a bad book, but like that's a personal like hang up for me.
That's a nitpick thing.
I nitpick that very, very badly.
You know why? Because when you write, you are very character driven.
If the characters aren't doing things,
I'm more plot driven. You are very character.
The characters have to make decisions and take actions that make sense to me. It not necessarily something that I would do, but something that character would do if that character is a real person. And it's just so hard for me to suspend my disbelief. And if that happens to me, then like the whole story kind of crumbles. So it was on my TBR for years and I was really excited and it was kind of a bummer.
Try her again.
But
maybe you'll like something else by her.
She's very beloved. That book is very popular.
Yeah. So Crisp Fall Air, a book that made you feel refreshed or gave you a new perspective. All right, I went perspective, gave me a new perspective here because refreshed, again, like warm hug. I don't get refreshed after my reads. But this is kind of an under the radar, I think. What Happened to Nina? And it's about
you read this recently, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty recently. A girlfriend and a boyfriend, they go away on vacation. And the girlfriend ends up dead or missing, I can't remember. And so it's like, what happened to her? And this is a whole take on, because the boy's family was wealthy and the girl's family not so much. It's a whole like social commentary on like what happened.
Is this like a mockumentary?
Like true crime. Like it's a whole take on true crime.
But it's not true crime, right?
It's not, no.
Because the cover is very much giving me like mockumentary or true crime vibes. Like it's a picture of a real person in a real place.
Yeah. Because I mean, art. I am just, as someone who is obsessed with true crime documentaries, like this was an interesting, makes you think a little, you know? I would recommend that one, definitely.
So I had a similar issue. This was a tough one for me to pick too, because I don't really like, refreshing isn't something that I'm looking for with my fiction, at least. Like I do read some, I guess, nonfiction to try to like expand the way I see the world and that kind of stuff. But I went with this book because it changed my perception of what makes things scary. And scary is what I'm all about when I read. So that is The Auctioneer by Joan Sampson, which is sort of an underrated classic, I would say.
Is it a paperback from hell?
It's in Paperbacks from Hell. Okay. So it was recently republished by Valancourt Books with the help of Grady Hendrix, making a big deal out of it. It also is a big part of the inspiration for Stephen King's Needful Things, which is a big inspiration for my novel Home. So when I learned that, you know, I had to read it as part of my research. But it's about like a small town, or like a farming town, I guess, where this person shows up and he is an auctioneer and he like kind of infiltrates the town, and by being charming and like acting like he's helping people, pretty much gets all of them to hand over everything they own and ruin their lives to him. And so he just sort of like subversively takes over this town by being charming.
Is it political?
It's not like... I mean, I guess you could make a case for that, but it's just like, it's so believable and terrifying that this could happen. And like, but there's no jump scares, there's no monsters, there's no like people killing each other, there's absolutely no like almost no violence whatsoever.
I'm telling you,
it's terrifying.
Truth or things that could happen are way scarier.
But it's just like the quiet, subtle like
Yeah.
drip campaign of like taking over these
Mm-hmm.
people's lives while not ever doing anything scary.
Mm-hmm.
Changed for me what horror means.
That's cool. That's a big, big statement there.
Yeah.
Okay, apple picking, a book you picked up on a whim and end up loving. Kind of like what happened to Nina. This is again. I picked up this Kill Show. It's a short little guy. I make you buy this?
I
Did
have
you
a
buy
copy
this?
of that. I haven't read
This
it.
is another thing that
You talked
it's
me into
social
it.
commentary on true crime. Like it's really just really good. It makes
Is
you
it like
think.
a media thing too? Like Kill Show is about
A show.
a show?
Yeah, a documentary.
A documentary, yeah.
Yeah.
You talked me into this. I haven't read it yet.
You need to.
I have a copy.
Really good, and it really makes you think.
So this was kind of an easier one for me too. I recently got a gift card from folks I work with, and I used it to buy a book from a local bookstore. And the only one that I could order with that gift card was this Wendy Wagner, The Girl in the Creek. It's a Tor Nightfire book, so it's kind of easy to find. It was the only horror book that I could get from that website with that gift card. And I thought the cover was really cool. It's a debut.
Oh.
I loved it. I absolutely loved this book. It's fungus horror. I think you might, but man, she really does the ending is just so good. Okay. The way that the monster kind of becomes explained at the end. I don't know. It was the last 50 pages were riveting.
Number 6, Scary Movie Night, a book that genuinely spooked you. So I gotta go. Now this is extreme. Is this extreme horror? He's extreme. Jack Ketchum. It's The Girl Next Door.
It's very graphic.
It's very.
I would say splatter.
Yeah, but it's based on a true. Again,
it's very violent.
True things
very
are scarier than any fiction. The fact that this
based on something that really happened in Indiana.
Not even very close to us. Yeah,
only a couple hours away.
Yeah,
and the movie An American Crime is based on the same. Yes. Sylvia Likens, I think, is the woman.
So creepy.
So tragic too. Just awful.
Oh yeah.
This was a pretty easy one for me because I would say this is in my top 3 scariest books of all time. You have to ignore this copy. I have a better copy downstairs I didn't grab. This is actually an ARC that I bought from a bookstore when we lived in New York. Cool. Someday I hope to get this signed. But Nick Cutter, The Deep. If you have any serious or even slight bit of claustrophobia, or like if isolation or just ominous, creepy vibes, like you're stuck in a place where something bad is about to happen and there's no way to get away. I
have a good rec coming up.
There's a scene where, not a spoiler, but like the big part of the premise is the guy is going to find out what happened to his brother, who was in like a deep sea research station, and they lose contact. So the main character goes down there, and there's a scene where he gets off an elevator, and in this research station at the bottom of the ocean, where there's like absolutely no hope of escape, and the elevator doors. It's just like one of the most intense, unsettling things I've ever read. Such a scary book.
Number 7, Football Season, a book that had you cheering for the characters like they were your team. I couldn't pass this up. I have not read this yet, but it's football, The Brightlands by John Fram. And it's Friday Night Lights, but like creepy horror way. So.
Oh, it has a Mallerman blurb on the cover.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So how could I not pick a football book?
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me what you think of this one, because I feel like you showed it to me when you bought it.
I think the ending goes way off the rails from what I've heard.
So I'm okay with that as long as it's well written.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll let you know.
But it's horror? I don't think I realized that was horror.
Yeah, he's horror. And I have read one of his, and I feel like it was not my fave.
Okay.
But I still want to try that, because when you tell me Friday Night Lights,
I'm intrigued. I'm not a football fan, but
I am. So.
Okay. Rooting for characters like you're on their team. This was kind of an easier pick for me too. So I picked Tin Man by our good friend Tori Favreau.
Australian.
And so what's really cool about this book is Tori and his unfettered imagination is re-examining what the Wizard of Oz could be. So this is the first book in a series, but basically
Does it end on a cliffhanger?
No, I mean, they're all a little bit kind of standalone, because it's different characters. So this is the Tin Man basically rescuing Dorothy from like an underground fighting ring, which I'll say 100 times if I get 100 chances. Nobody thinks of the things that Tori thinks of. His imagination is unparalleled. And, so it's like taking characters that you think you know from a movie that everybody loves, right? The Wizard of Oz, flipping them completely on their head, and you still love them, and they're doing something that you would never imagine they're doing, but it's like you're just there for the ride.
I'm also noticing there seems to be a Ben Young blurb on the cover of that one.
How about that? All right.
All right. 8. Changing Leaves, a book where a character goes through a major transformation. I should have taken the sticker off this. Come on, bookstores. What's with the stickers?
Bookstores.
But Razor Blade Tears by S.A. Cosby. I mean, just the title alone. How beautiful. The
title is poetry.
It's beautiful. And that's just how S.A. Cosby writes. The whole book is just beautiful. Like, he's writing horrible things.
It's super violent and graphic.
Yes,
yeah.
But just beautifully.
I love this one too.
Beautifully done. And the dads are basically on a rampage for
trying to protect their son.
Their sons were killed. So justice for their sons. But their sons were gay, and so and one was black and one was white. The dads. So and there were they overcame.
I'm sorry, I didn't read this one. I read Blacktop Wasteland.
Oh,
that's the one I read.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I don't remember. Okay, but yes,
major.
His writing is super
and beautifully written.
Major transformation. I may have stretched this one a little bit because I feel like it kind of implies to me a character going through a transformation is like maybe a positive thing. This was not a positive transformation, but Philip Fracassi's Gothic is about a writer who's struggling to overcome the success of his debut, and like now his career is kind of faltering, and he buys this desk, and it's a haunted desk. And take that premise for what you will, but like it's genius. This book is fantastic. The way it feels like such an old school horror, like pulpy, but like so well written that it's engaging the whole way through, and just awful.
Great
and
guy too.
Yeah, and he's such a nice guy too. Yeah.
Number 9, Pumpkin Patch, your favorite fall themed or autumn set read. I have not read this one yet, but how could I not include it? Because again, look at that. I don't know if you can fully see it, but it's fall leaves. Locust Lane. I have not read this author, Stephen Ammon.
I don't remember you talking about this one either.
Yeah, it was just a random pickup buy, but okay, the blurb, this is why I picked it up, for fans of Mystic River. So I think what happens is someone gets killed or something in the
Mystic
town.
River, like, the Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis Lehane. Yeah, Mystic River. Yeah, and it's a small little town, but a crime happens, and then I think it turns into like finger pointing, and people go. That's from what I gather. I have not read it, but yeah.
This was a little bit easier one for me because every time I think of like a fall or Halloween book cover, I get an immediate mental image of this one. Fear Street, R.L. Stine, Halloween Party.
Because I feel like all of them are like that.
I don't know. Look at that floating pumpkin. Like, I'll try to get it close without the glare, but like, look at how like burned in my memory. This is one I've had since I was a kid. It's got the initials in here. It's one of my favorite Fear Street books, but just look at how cool that cover is.
Yeah. So number 10, Bonfire Nights, a book you'd want to read with friends or discuss in a group. I probably could have found a better one pick for this book, but I needed one to discuss in a group. And the cover, again, look at the cover. Fall.
It was a great book.
And it's haunted housey, which is my jam, but twist on it. This is another one I made you read.
You made me read that one, and I enjoyed it.
Because you don't like haunted house. You think they're overdone. You think blah, blah, blah.
It's hard to do something new with haunted house. But
this one did something new. Yep. And the MC, the female main character, I love her. I love her. This is probably one that I'd be like, you're rooting. What's your favorite sports team? But I also had to pick the football back book. So
fair.
Yeah.
All right. So I had 2 reasons for picking this one. So this is you would read with friends or talk about around a bonfire. So I had to go with this big chunky Mark Danielewski's House of Leaves. If you're not familiar with this book, look it up.
It has
because there's nothing else in the world. I've never read another book like this.
I will not read this because it's so much. Like show a page.
I'll try to get. So it is like one of the most inventive ways to tell a story. Like look at, and then there's half of the book is like these weird appendices, and it's sort of like stories within stories, and every page is like crazy formatting. It's just the way that the thing starts. It starts with like a family moving into a new house. And it seems like the inside is bigger than the outside. And from that simple kind of premise, it just spirals forever. So I picked this for this prompt for two reasons. One, because I could talk about this book probably forever just because there's so much to talk about.
Please don't.
But also because I selfishly would love to hear other people's, like,
I almost picked that Marcus
everyone
book.
experiences this book differently.
Yeah.
And so you'll learn more about what you read by talking about it with other people. Like, I don't think this is a book that you just read and you get. It's not straightforward in any way. So I want to talk to other people so I can, I was grabbing that one and I'm like, I better just go with House of Leaves.
I almost grabbed We Used to Live Here. That's funny.
Yep. So talking with other people about this one, I think would help me understand it.
Yeah. So Hay Rides and Corn Mazes, a book that kept you guessing and had lots of twists and turns. I will tell you, The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay had me guessing the entire way through. And I still don't even, I'm still kind of guessing. It leaves you guessing.
He is the king of ambiguity. Ambiguity. That's the word. Ambiguity.
So yeah, a bunch of these people are staying
ambiguous
at a cabin.
Endings.
People are staying at a cabin. A bunch of people show up with weapons.
Yep.
And tell them the world is ending.
As a storyteller, he will not just come out and tell you what's happening. He will give you bits of information and let you decide what you think is happening. And it's so disorienting.
Yes, so disorienting.
You never really know what's real. You never know. Everything is unreliable.
Yeah.
Is the world ending? I don't know. I almost picked that one actually for a different prompt.
Yeah.
But yes, that one absolutely keeps you guessing.
Yes.
All right. This was a little bit tough for me because I don't really do twists as much as you do. But I went with Black Mad Wheel by Josh Malerman, which is, I would say, one of his books that doesn't get enough play.
I don't really know anything about that book.
So it's basically, it's a weird story, right? It's about this band that is hired by the army to investigate a weird sound in the desert. And it kept me guessing the whole time because he doesn't really reveal what's happening, what causes the events that you're reading about until much later. And I would never have come up with this premise myself, and I'm not going to spoil it, but like it starts with one of the members of this band waking up in the hospital and every single bone in his body is broken. He's not dead. He didn't fall.
That's Twilight Zone.
Yeah. It's got some serious, like, what is happening vibes.
Yeah.
And so, like, you don't really know, but the explanation is so worth it.
Thankful Heart, a book that you're grateful exists. And do you know what I picked?
You big sucker.
I had to. This is Home.
You're grateful that my book exists.
I'm grateful because you gave up. Ben, we'll have to do a
we'll do like my writing journey.
His writing journey. Because there's a lot of rejection in the writing world.
I quit for years.
I
quit. I walked away from it for years. I said, I'm not good at this. It's not working.
But we got you back. You had the itch. It had to come out.
Yeah, it never went away. The desire never went away.
And because of that, I feel like it's brought so much joy. Just so many of the people that we've met in the community.
We're doing this.
Look at who we wouldn't, and we wouldn't be doing this probably, you know?
Gosh.
And it,
you big sap.
Yeah. And it gives us something to talk. Like, it's really cool that we're married and we like the same kind of books.
Yep.
For the most part. And
it's also cool. Your favorite of mine.
This is my favorite. Honestly, I probably should have picked Stuck because Stuck was your first. That's what got you back.
But see, that one was written before I quit. This one wasn't written until I tried again. This one. So I came back, and this was what I wrote when I came back.
This is my favorite, guys. Needful Things. He's very Stephen King-ish.
Because the book that I'm grateful exists. Look at this awesome 25th anniversary edition of Stephen King's On Writing.
Gorgeous.
I think it's like British. It came.
Oh, and it has a little.
It's got the little. No. I am going to reread it, but yeah, it's got the little.
Look at the little.
The little ribbon bookmark. Like, just look how cool that is.
Gorgeous.
I'm grateful this book exists because without it, I wouldn't feel like I knew what to do. Because I never really took like writing classes. I loved my English classes in school as long as they weren't making me read books I didn't like. But I never really like studied it, you know. And I feel like most people would tell you like you need to go get like a master's.
Really?
And there's a lot of people. Yeah. Especially in like the traditional published world, they like. You need like an MFA or whatever, or you need like writing classes. And I don't know. I feel like I want to write more from like an emotional place and not like a mental place. So
does Malerman have like,
No,
training?
I don't know. I don't believe so.
Because Josh Malin, we talk about him all the time, but that is because like that is your.
He's
like,
my idol.
yeah,
I idolize the
yeah,
guy. Like
yeah.
I'm not using that word flippantly.
Yeah.
I idolize him as a writer and as a person.
And as a person.
And so my runner up for this would be Watching Evil Dead,
Yeah.
which is his basically his version of this, which is part bio and part writing.
Yeah.
But whereas this is like how to do it technically, how to like push yourself to be better. Josh's is more like how to create inspiration and protect your desire to be a writer from all the things that would negatively
from all the
impact
rejection.
it, from the rejection and the people telling you bad things and how to stay like excited and inspired. So yeah. Aww. If you want to be a writer, this is where you start, in my opinion.
Okay. First Frost, a book that gave you chills, spooky, atmospheric, or emotionally. This is the one that you were talking about atmosphere earlier in this video. And I said this. I said, I have deep. One for you. Yeah, with the deep. These Silent Woods. Isolation. That was the big word.
Isolation.
Isolation. This is nothing but atmosphere. This book is atmosphere, and it is ice alone in the woods.
Very cool.
It's
an awesome cover.
Yeah, look at the little red. Yeah, so good. Yeah, this writer, I think you'd like, because I read Kimmy Cunningham Grant's other book. It's down there, The Nature of Disappearing. She can write. She's just really, I would recommend this to you.
I feel like we've looked at this cover many times and I've never really even picked it up.
You need to give that one a shot.
All right. Help me find a copy.
Okay.
I'll buy that one.
Okay.
This was
selling books.
You talk me into books all the time. This is another one that was easy for me because the prompt was Chills. So I literally have a book called Chills by Mary San Giovanni.
Aww.
And this is just...
She has a Slender Man-ish book, too.
The Hollower. Ooh, that was a good one.
Yeah. Slender Man before there was Slender Man.
And it is signed because we met her and her husband, Brian Keene, at Butcher Cabin not that long back. We've met her a couple of times, actually. But this is just all straightforward. Winter storm, monsters in the storm. Everything's cold, very atmospheric. You need to grab a blanket before you pick this book up because it's just, it will physically make you cold.
That's a good blurb. You should tell her you blurbed your book.
Yeah.
All right. That is it. That is the fall book tag. Give us your, in the comments, guys. Comment some good ones that you would have done for these prompts.
So we'll put the prompts in our video description too.
Yeah, because that was fun.
Yeah.
And very hard. Try to do it. I'm telling you.
I could probably go and pick 5 more stacks.
Yeah.
And get different ones every time.
All right. Bye, Booze.
Bye.